What's up, guys? It's me, Nola Bomber, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video series that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. In this series, I will be explaining the ins and outs of everything in the Kingdom Hearts universe to better prepare some people for Kingdom Hearts 3. This will be called Kingdom Hearts Explained. And also, if you like informative videos like me, then this is definitely your place. For my first Kingdom Hearts Explained video, I can't think of anything better to talk about than the Keyblade, the weapon of the main character Sora, and a good portion of other characters in the Kingdom Hearts series. The Keyblade has been in Kingdom Hearts since the very first game, and the games do a pretty good job of explaining everything that the Keyblade can do. But before I get into what the Keyblade can do, I need to explain its history. So the very first Keyblade didn't even look like a regular Keyblade and actually wasn't even spelt the same. I'm referring to the X-Blade. Spelled out, it's the Greek letter Chi, and then a hyphen, and then Blade. This was the counterpart for the Great Kingdom Hearts, and was the only way to get to it. People in Time of Fairy Tales wanted to fight for the light for themselves, and this is where the Keyblades we know of showed up. They originated with a lovely guy known as the Master of Masters. Using his knowledge of hearts, he manifested blades from people's hearts. Also, Keyblades can be forged by other people, and Keyblades can also be made from other objects. With this, through unknown reasons, probably either the Master of Masters doing or the universe trying to balance power, some Keyblades were made to serve different purposes in the world. An example is the Kingdom Key and Kingdom Key D. They serve as Keyblades tied to the realm of light and darkness respectively, and are meant to be used to close the door to darkness should it ever be opened. These Keyblades choose whoever they see as fit to fulfill that role, or whoever is brave enough to find it in the Kingdom Key D's case. Keyblades can also be made from pre-existing items and transform into a Keyblade, such as the case with Riku's sword, Soul Eater, turning into the Keyblade we know as the Way to Dawn. This leads into my next point, saying that it's kind of difficult to get your hands on a Keyblade, considering that there are only around 20 characters in the entire series with an actual Keyblade. Not fake Keyblade wielders, no, actual Keyblade wielders, and some of those Keyblade wielders are actually just the same person. The only way you can get a Keyblade is to either be chosen or become a successor. But in order to be chosen as a Keyblade wielder successor, you need to find a Keyblade master or someone who is in close in power, and they must deem you worthy. Then you must go through something known as an inheritance ceremony. The inheritance ceremony will be explained in another video, another brief video, but just know that once you go through it and you're able to maintain a strong heart, a Keyblade will come to you at the right time. However, it is possible for you to lose a Keyblade, such as the case with Riku, who was the original owner of the Kingdom Key, but because his heart was so weak and Sora's was so strong, he ended up losing it to Sora. Now, honestly, if you happen to get a Keyblade, you just received a Hax. The Keyblade is very, very powerful. So going into what the Keyblade can do, the first thing I should mention what the Keyblade can do is that it can open and lock anything, regardless if it's a lock on a door, regardless if it's a chest, regardless if it's the keyhole to an entire world. Nothing is off limits with the Keyblade. Locked chests only require about a tap or two to be open. Keyblades can also lock other things that are a bit more powerful simply by aiming the Keyblade at the lock, and a beam of light will come out of it and do the magic. Keyblades can also lock keyholes to any world, preventing anything, namely Heartless, from entering the world's heart. Keyblades can also lock anything, basically preventing any possible entry unless you have a Keyblade yourself. Keyblades also serve as a great conductor of magic. Anyone, even with no formal magic training, can have magic power that rivals that of seasoned magicians, such as the case with Sora and Donald. Keyblades also serve as a good conductor for light and or darkness. Keyblades can use light or darkness in a number of ways, as we've seen throughout the series, and it would honestly be impossible for me to name all of them in a short amount of time to keep this video not from being too long. Keyblades can also be transformed into several different objects for different purposes. They can be changed into a glider to help you travel from world to world. A piece can be removed to create a wall of darkness or maybe even light. After fighting the Lingering Will, you can also see that the Keyblade can also be transformed into multiple different kind of weapons such as bows, whips, gloves, and even cannons. As seen with Xehanort, Keyblades can also be used to unlock someone's heart's true power or even extract all the darkness from someone, making a new entity. They can be used to transfer someone's heart to another person as a vessel. Now, not every Keyblade is the same in terms of power. Some are stronger in magic, some in strength, some rely more on critical hits, some have unique abilities, and so on. But because it's a video game, you tend to see different things like that because it is an RPG. But there are other things that exist in terms of Keyblades being different and stronger that exist in the lore. Source Keyblade in its base form has a perfect balance of strength and magic. However, in terms of the plot, it makes wielding light very easy, and it's a light-oriented Keyblade. Riku's Keyblade is a Keyblade that focuses more on the balance between light and darkness. Keyblades can also be changed with keychains to change its shape, abilities, strength plus magic, and etc. Now, all Keyblades share the same formula for shape, having a hilt with a cover to it, a keychain connected to the bottom of the hilt, a blade connected to the top of the hilt with teeth for hitting, with the exception of the Keyblade Fenrir. Now, Keyblades are very picky and can only be used by the chosen wielder. There are cases where someone can borrow someone else's Keyblade with the wielder's consent, like Sora did with Riku, or if the person's ability to wield the Keyblade is stronger than the borrowee, or the borrowee is actually incapacitated. But generally, when someone grabs a Keyblade that isn't theirs, the Keyblade will leave them and return to their wielder's hand. Now, everybody is normally tied to one Keyblade, but there are ways to get two Keyblades and performing dual wielding, but that's going to be a separate video for itself. Just know that normally it's one Keyblade per heart. So you normally don't see people dual wielding often. In fact, the only two people ever shown to dual wield at all is Sora and Roxas. Most of the time when it comes to appearances for Keyblades, Keyblades often tend to be a reflection of the wielder's heart. As such the case with the Foreteller's Keyblade and Riku's Keyblade. With the Foreteller's Keyblade, because they often wear masks of animals and are tied to a specific animal, their Keyblade actually looks like the mask that they wear. And with Riku, it looks like his old weapon Soul Eater, but it has angelic wings at the teeth and the hilt that shows that it's a Keyblade meant for both light and darkness, which is a perfect reflection of Riku's heart. However, in terms of abilities, not all Keyblades can do what other Keyblades can do. For example, the Kingdom Key and Kingdom Key D are the only two Keyblades that can be used to close the door to darkness. And with the Keyblade of People's Hearts, it's a Keyblade that can awaken anybody's true potential in their hearts, but it's the only Keyblade known to do that. A good example of a Keyblade being forged is the Keyblade of People's Hearts, which wasn't made like a traditional Keyblade, but rather was made from 6 of the Princesses of Heart's hearts, and just became the conglomerate of their hearts. Also, another thing about Keyblades is that you need a strong heart to wield it, and I actually do mean that. Like, if you do not have a heart at all, you cannot wield a Keyblade. Roxas is a rare exception, along with Xion, but other than that, no other nobody has been able to wield a Keyblade. And with that said, that's gonna do it for me for this video. Hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys are looking forward to other explained videos. I plan to just have you guys comment just what you guys want next for me to explain, and if I like the idea enough, I will definitely get to it. And actually, my next video will be about light and darkness, so you can look forward to that. So with that being said, this has been Noir Low Bomber, and I'm out.